Hi, in the last two videos I looked at the perceiving functions, sensing and intuition. Now I am moving on to the judging functions, starting with thinking. I will start with ISTJs and ENTJs. Their strongest mental process is TE, so FI doesn't come as naturally for them. TE dominants can have a tendency to see feelings, especially their own personal feelings, as weak and more of a hindrance to them than a help when it comes to getting things done. They may see them as illogical, but feelings and morals are just as important as logic when it comes to making decisions. FI is a moral compass, so it is needed to decide what you agree with and where you stand on certain issues. Logic alone is cold and inhuman, whereas FI can add that human touch and make you more efficient at achieving your goal when it is something you believe in too. Here are a few weaknesses due to not using the FI as much. ESTJs and ENTJs can spend too much time using objective logic to make decisions and achieve goals, which can result in them disregarding their personal feelings and values for superficial gain. They are hard-working, task-oriented, and direct, which can lead to them chasing after goals without getting true satisfaction, as they may do it just for logic's sake, and it may not be a cause that they truly believe in. It can also mean that they can be condescending or oblivious to the emotional needs and values of others, and can come across as insensitive, especially to highly sensitive people. Talking to an FP type, so ISFPs, INFPs, ESFPs, or ENFPs, will provide a better understanding of the strengths of FI and how to incorporate it into your life, as it is either their first or second function. Here are a few tips on how to improve FI. List 3 things that you would dedicate your life to, or even die for. Don't worry about what other people think, or what you would achieve by doing this. What are the values behind them? How can you tailor your life towards these values more? When you are listening to someone speak, aim to identify the values they are defending or expressing. How can you make sure you respect those values more? Each time you make a decision, pause and consider whether this decision is in line with your values and personal ethics. Do you believe in what you are doing, or are you just doing it simply because it makes sense? When you sense that someone is in need of emotional support, move yourself to sit by them or start up a conversation. Ask them what's wrong, if everything is okay, and practice just being with them without offering advice or guidance. After they've fully expressed their struggles, you can ask them if they'd like any help in coming up with a solution. Only give them this if they ask for it, because sometimes offering solutions can just cause people more stress. Understand that you will struggle with examining your values initially, because it won't seem necessary to you. You've made decisions just fine in the past without them, but it will help you to become a more well-rounded person. And when you focus your amazing ability to be efficient and get things done onto a cause you are passionate about and believe in too, you will be unstoppable. Moving on to ISTPs and INTPs. Their strongest mental function is TI, so FE is more challenging to them. TI dominants can have a tendency to see feelings, especially others' feelings, as an illogical enigma that they can't wrap their head around. TI is focused inwards, so harmony in the world around them may not seem necessary to add to the inner world of logic that the TI dominant has. But harmony in the people and relationships around TI users can give them a better environment to work in, as constant distrust and arguments can interfere with their internal systems. FE can help TI to explain their motivations for their beliefs and to help others get on board. It can help them to relate to others better too, as taking the time to understand other people's feelings helps you to understand them better as well. Here are a few weaknesses due to not using FE as much. ISTPs and INTPs can become too focused on using their analytical abilities that they struggle to understand the values of the people around them. They have a knack for discerning underlying frameworks and models, but cannot utilize this same ability for understanding people. They need to exercise FE to relate to others instead. They may fail to understand where others are coming from, especially if it is based on moral or emotional issues, and can seem tactless or insensitive without meaning to be. Talking to an FJ type, so ESFJs, ENFJs, ISFJs or INFJs, can help you to understand the strengths of FE and how you can use it alongside TI, as it is their first or second function. Here are a few tips on how to improve FE. People watch. Notice the way that people react with each other, the body language they use to express themselves, the things that make them happy or what causes a negative reaction. Play the question game with people to get to know them through self-disclosure. Ask and answer personal questions like what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what values do you respect in people and why. A game like the Ungame can help you to come up with questions to ask. When you're in a group, look around to see if anyone seems excluded. Think up some ways you can include them in the group. Take some time each day to text, call, message, or email someone to catch up and ask how they're doing. FE won't always come naturally to you. It will take practice, so start with people you can trust. A family member, a friend, or someone you can be yourself with, and know that you won't have to worry about upsetting them. Ask for feedback if you are unsure what to say or do. Most people will be more than happy to provide constructive feedback if you ask them. Remember, this is not a one-size-fits-all model. Interacting with people will always be different. There is so much information that you have gathered over time that could really benefit others. You just need to find a way to share it so you can help others at the same time as them helping you. In the final video of this series, I will be looking at the feeling types, so the ESFJs, ENFJs, ISFPs, and INFPs. Thank you for your time.